Hi guys, welcome back to the channel Spare Parts, and today I'll be reviewing set number 76125, the Iron Man Hall of Armor. Set came out in the year 2019, comes with 524 pieces, 6 minifigures, and retailed for $60. This is a really cool set and probably one of my favorite Marvel sets that I have. I don't have that many, but I really do like this set, so let's take a closer look at it. So taking a first look at the set, you can kind of see it is a bigger set. It takes up a pretty big footprint, and you can see in the front there's some pretty cool minifigures. You got some Iron Man suits and that big blue kind of suit on the side. But anyway, let's take a closer look at the play features. So starting off, we'll take a look at the front section of this build, which can actually be separated. This piece comes off, and then you can kind of look at it individually, which we will do now. So this front section is sort of like where he builds his suits. It has some nice arms on the side that can move and kind of work on a suit if you put one there. So this is what it would look like with the suit there. Then you can kind of move the arms and kind of work on him. And you can also kind of spin the suit on this blue thing. And you can also have Iron Man or Tony Stark kind of work at his desk here with some pretty nice computer prints we'll look at later and a cup. Pretty nice kind of design here. I really like it. So it's pretty good for, I guess, if you were a kid and you wanted to play with this, it'd be pretty good. You can kind of work on the suits and stuff. Taking a look at the main build, you can see that it is 9 different suit carrier things that Iron Man has in his lab. I don't really know what they're called, but they're where you put the armor in front of them. Like I'll do it with this Iron Man right here. I think you're supposed to put it like that, so it's kind of on display. Although one problem I have with this is I feel like it should be the other way around. Like the suit should go this way, and then when you look at it from the other side, you can kind of see him through the glass. Uh-oh. Falls apart pretty easily, but like you can kind of see him through there. There's a nice sticker there, but I feel like this would be the more accurate way to do it. But I don't know, it's kind of a strange design, but if you have it from this way, it does look fine. So this is what it looks like with all the suits in their places, and you can see it looks pretty good. You can also notice that there's some carts and things in some of the other little window stand things. Like right here, there's like a wrench and this white thing that holds it. And over here, there's like a blaster and this weird thing that I think goes with this Iron Man suit. Not really sure what that's supposed to represent. And over here, there's like a gum machine or something. I don't know what this is. Like has gumballs in it or something. And then there's a cup. And then over here, there's his hair, which is kind of funny, to be honest. They have his, like, it's kind of like a wig, but that's not really accurate. But I think you can store his helmet on that when you put the hair on the minifigure, which we will look at later. But yeah, you could probably remove these. Like, I could remove this one and put another Iron Man suit if I had one. And I guess I could remove this as well. And then you'd have extra space if you had more. But I'm glad LEGO filled the space with something instead of just having them empty. This thing also has some pretty cool ways you could display it. You could kind of display it in this circular way like I have here. You could also display it sort of curved like this around this side. I think it looks a lot better the other way because then it's more circular, but this is probably the best way for display. And then you can also stack these on top of each other, which is a pretty weird feature they included. I mean, it's not that accurate, but it's nice that you can do that. Taking a look at minifigures, first off we have his main Iron Man suit, which looks pretty detailed. I think it is an older design. They've used this for a while, but he does get some nice leg and toe printing and torso printing as well. And on the back it's pretty detailed, and underneath the helmet there is actually a Tony Stark face, which is super nice. And you can also open the helmet like this to get a view at that. And his double-sided face actually represents this even better by having like what it looks like inside the helmet. So that's super cool. You can kind of lift it up and then see that. Really nice detail that LEGO included. Some other unique things you could do with this Iron Man is you could replace his helmet with Tony Stark's hair. Then you could have Tony Stark. And you could also put a blaster in his hand and this weird like blue saw thing. Don't really know what this is, but I think this is a piece that was used in like Ninjago or something, kind of a new addition to Marvel, I think. And you can also add a jetpack and kind of have like the ultimate Iron Man. I think this is super cool. I just don't really know what the blaster's about, because does he ever actually use like a, maybe that's supposed to be like his hand cannon or something, but I don't know. It's nice that they included this extra feature to have kind of the ultimate Iron Man, which I actually really like. I think I'll keep him like this for the rest of the video. Next up, we have these 3 extra Iron Man suits, which I think are probably one of the main reasons to buy this set. These suits look amazing, especially the Mark 1 one. I think that's on the one on the left. That's his original Iron Man suit. And they did such a good job with all 3 of these. I just think it's super cool. I think they're all exclusive as well. And I think the way I have them set up here, they're ordered in the date of Tony Stark creating them. Like I think the one on the left is his oldest suit. And it's pretty detailed. You can see the blue thing in the center, as well as all the dirt detailing, and I think it's silver. They put some silver on this minifigure, which they don't usually do. That's usually a pretty expensive color for LEGO to produce, and they put some on here. And you can see there's Stark. I think that's the Stark Industries on the back. There's some really nice details on here. Underneath the really nicely printed helmet, there's just a clear face, which will be on all the other ones as well. You can put Tony Stark's face underneath there if you want, but they just included clear faces for these guys. Taking a look at this red one here, this guy looks pretty interesting. I don't really know what he's from in the Marvel Universe. I think it's just another one of those suits he created. Might have been in the background a couple times, but he looks pretty good. He has this nice silver color, another clear head underneath. And this is probably my least favorite of them. That doesn't mean it's bad. It's just I prefer the other two color schemes much better, or really other four. But I still think this minifigure is amazing with the toe printing. It's like there's no like bad minifigure here with the Iron Man suits. Taking a look at the final minifigure in the set, or final Iron Man minifigure, we have this gold Iron Man, which I think looks super unique and cool. Kind of reminds me of the Chitauri included in the set with that gold kind of skeletal design. He has some nice toe printing and a nice helmet print, which has some, I think, extra lines, which look pretty good. On the back, also very detailed. Nice gold hands as well. I don't think usually LEGO does gold hands, but that's super nice. And underneath the helmet, there's just a clear head as always. Lastly, we have the Chitauri, which I think looks super cool if this is the only set they're included in, or even one of the only sets they're included in. But it was not. During this year of LEGO Marvel, LEGO thought it was a good idea to include just about like 50 of these in every single LEGO Marvel set that came out in that year. It's like they were just trying to include more minifigures, I guess, and they didn't want to make new molds, but it was ridiculous. Like, I'll have a bunch of sets on screen that had Chitauri in them, and they're like I said, there wasn't 50 in each set, but there were like 3 or 4. Like, I'm not even kidding. For really tiny sets as well, like I remember the Captain America motorbike had, I think, like 3 in it, and that was like a $20 set, which is kind of crazy. You don't usually get that many minifigures, but it's nice LEGO included something. It's just these guys, I'm so sick of them. I have so many. But anyway, actually talking about the minifigure now, they actually look pretty good. They have this nice gold printing, no leg printing, which probably some people would have wanted leg printing. I don't really know what they would have printed, maybe more gold. But the headpiece is nice, as well as the arms in the back. They kind of add some extra details. Don't really know if this is accurate to what they look like, but I guess they're good. It's just, I'm so sick of these guys. Yeah. Now taking a look at some of the smaller inclusions in this set, the first one is Dummy, and this is Tony Stark's kind of helper robot in his lab. As you can see, Dummy here includes a fire extinguisher, and he is kind of on wheels, which is, I don't know if that's actually accurate to what we see in the movie, because I feel like Dummy changes a lot during the movies, like sometimes he's connected to the wall, but I think this is a version of Dummy in the movies, and he looks super cool. He's putting out these small fires that are included in the set, which are nothing much, but the Dummy design is pretty good, and also rolls pretty nicely. Now taking a look at probably one of the most inaccurate parts about the set, this is the Igor buildable figure. I think that's what his name is. He's one of the bigger Iron Man suits that Tony Stark created, and I think he's from the 3rd movie when they fight on that oil rig. I'm not really sure, but I don't think this is accurate to what he looks like in the film. He's much bigger here, and he's more brightly blue. He also includes a lot of stickers, which is not great, but he does include a really cool play feature where you can open him up and put a minifigure inside. You can kind of fold them down and it'll have room inside for one minifigure. I'll grab this guy right here. Then you kind of pull these back and stick him in on one of those kind of half studs, half non-stud pieces. If I can get him in there. There we go. And then you fold these forward and fold this up and fold this down. And then he's inside of there. Not very accurate to what we see in the movie because, like I said, he's a lot smaller and you're not usually able to see through the side of his head to see the minifigure inside. I don't really like the design of him because of that. I feel like it could have been done better or just done smaller, you know? But I still think it is a nice inclusion to the set and actually adds a lot when you're displaying it because you can put him right next to it and just add more to your scene. But still, I wish this was more accurate. Taking a look at stickers and prints on this main Hall of Armor set piece, there are only 3, and those are for like the different displays for the armor. You can see this one has a bunch of tiny ones on it. This one is, I think, a different suit, and this is another suit. I think this might be the red suit in the set, the red and silver one. But yeah, that's kind of nice that these are here. They are stickers though, which is kind of annoying to apply them because they are clear, but they do add a lot of detail to the set. So taking a look at the stickers included on this side build here, you can see there's an Agent Coulson picture that says Black Collar. I think it's Agent Coulson, but that's a nice detail because I know in the movie he never wants to talk to him. And then over here, there's an intruder alert with a picture of the Chitauri. And then here's a random kind of computer screen that has some weird dials and stuff. Might be from the movies, but I don't really recognize it. And then over here, we have a picture of Jarvis, I think. It says Jarvis. And then there's some like stats next to it, like a graph or something. kind of interesting, but these are all pretty nice details to what we see in the movie. Taking a look at this big blue guy here, he's basically all stickers. The only print I think included in this set is his headpiece thing right there to represent his eyes. But the rest of his pieces that have detail on them, like his arms, those are all stickers, as well as his leg pieces right here. Those are stickers as well. I think he also has some on the side, or maybe not. He seems to have a lot of stickers. I remember building this set, and it just seemed like there was an excessive amount just to add like small details. Yeah, so I think those are all the stickers. These right here, these over here, and then this is a print for his head. But it is a lot of stickers for such a small build, but I guess they do add detail, but still, they're stickers. So talking about value for money, this set retailed for $60 in 2019, came with 524 pieces and 6 minifigures, so that's actually a pretty good price for minifigures. Like, what I usually like to get is one minifigure for every $10 I spend, although that usually does not happen with other themes like Lego Star Wars. I feel like the set does a great job with the minifigures. They're exclusive, except for the Chitauri. They're just bleh. But I do think that the Iron Man minifigures are really good. And I feel like the build is okay. I feel like it lacks a little bit of detail, like on all the armor stands, how you can't, like, it's not very clear which way you're supposed to display it, and like how some of them have random pictures of suits on them. It's kind of confusing, but I still think it can look cool if you display it right. And I actually have it displayed because I feel like it does fill the space pretty nicely, but overall, I feel like it's an okay value for money. There could have been more prints, and I feel like the build could be a little more interesting, but I think it is a pretty good value for money. So overall, I feel like the set is an 8 out of 10. It's a pretty good set. It has great minifigures, except for the Chitauri. Like I keep saying, I really don't like how LEGO just threw them into this set like they did with so many others. That's one of the reasons I didn't give it a higher rating. But I still think the set is really good. The build is, I think, pretty accurate to what we see in the movie. Not really sure, but to me, it works for what it's supposed to do. And I really like all the accessories it includes. I don't really like the big blue guy. I feel like he was kind of a throw-in, but I feel like overall it's a really good set, great for display, and I really do like how they included Dummy. Dummy is one of my mom's favorite characters from Marvel and also one of mine, so I think it's super cool that LEGO included him in the set. So if it was just a Dummy polybag, probably be a 10 out of 10, but looking at the whole set, I'd say it's probably an 8 out of 10. Well, there you have it, guys. That's my review of set number 76125, the Iron Man Hall of Armor. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like and subscribe. And I also wanted to give a shout out in this video. A couple videos ago, I gave a shout out to Brickinator, which is a pretty great channel. And I wanted to give out a shout out to another pretty great channel, and that is Galaxy Brick Studio. They've been a pretty loyal fan of the channel for a while, and they make lots of Lego Marvel content. I think they even make their own custom Lego minifigures, and I just wanted to give a shout out because they're pretty amazing, so go check them out as well. And I'll see you in the next one.